So 4 days of filming at Sheerness was done. There was literally no downtime. We went back to the workshop at the end of the day. We dropped all the equipment and the cars into the workshop and literally went home. I remember thinking that I needed to sleep for like a week, and then I remembered that while all this had been going on, you know, releasing a car at Autosport, testing it, we went to IDC round 1 with the PS13, building the GTR. While that was going on, I had remembered that we shipped 2015 and 2016 Nissan S13 comp car that we'd fitted the LS3 into the year before that. We'd shipped that to China to do D1 China, and that we were leaving that day to go there to compete, which was challenging because obviously the time zone difference meant that we had to sleep on the flight, and that was the only sleep we were gonna get, because when we landed it was like 11 o'clock and the event had already started at 9, so I knew we were gonna miss some practice in the morning.
Oh my god, I've been here like 10 minutes.
If you just sit in the AC though, you're not going to...
Alright, take me back to London, have enough.
One of the first things I noticed as soon as we landed in Beijing, especially at this first event, was as soon as we walked out the door, the heat. The heat was absolutely incredible. It was kind of like Dubai or Vegas, like desert sort of heat. And it was just so unbearably sticky hot. So it made driving in the car as well a real challenge because of it was just incredible. And the cars were suffering big time as well. Obviously in China, the fuel that we run from Sunoco wasn't available, so we were having to use a local fuel, which obviously, again, wasn't ideal for the car. You know, some of the things that we were up against when it came to doing D1 China is that the judging system is exactly the same what's in Japan. So they use a computer system to, you know, a telemetry style judging system for the judging when it comes to qualifying and battles. So that again straight away was a new challenge for us because we had to learn how this box calculated drifting and gave a score to the judges, which was high. The briefings were mainly in Japanese or Chinese, and we were using a local interpreter, which was fine, but obviously there's a lot of terminology in drifting, and the terms used by the judges sometimes didn't relay well with the interpreter because they didn't know the correct terminology to put it back into English for us to understand, so that was hard. I also knew from my experience in Japan that there's no clipping points in D1, and it was the same again when we went to China. There's no clipping points, there's no line. The chase car can go off track to catch up with the lead car or stay on the lead car's door, which again is also a very different style of judging to anything I'm used to here in Europe or have seen in America or experienced anywhere around the world, to be honest. So a lot of these things were all different challenges that we had to go through when competing in China at D1. The experience of being there though was really, really cool. We got to do and see and eat some very, very interesting things, and it was a fantastic experience overall. We were made to feel very welcome, and we really enjoyed our time there. And obviously it was very cool to be back in the mix with some Japanese legends from D1 with, like, you know, Kawabata, and obviously Daigo traveling with us from Battle Drift filming to also compete in D1 China as well. So it was very cool. Some of the builds are incredible, and it was also you know, great to see some of them out on track. You know, obviously at the last round there was some extra challenges. There was some issues with the actual location that we were racing at. Something to do possibly with permits and the organisers and things like that. So as a lot of people probably saw online, we had to leave the venue and had to leave all our equipment and cars there, and wasn't really too sure whether we were going to be going back there at all.
So right now, me and Chris have just been allowed back into the track because we have to make sure all our stuff is safe for tonight, because apparently bad weather's coming overnight. So we had to negotiate with the guards that are back down there. They're like police/military people. Obviously we had to have an interpreter to translate for us so that they let us in. So hopefully now we've got about half-a-mile walk up this road now to the track, and hopefully, fingers crossed, they'll let us get to our stuff.
You know, like a lot of these things, the circumstances sort themselves out, and we got to go back there the next day and kind of do an event, but it was all kind of crammed into sort of one afternoon.
How's the event working out? Matt, how's your event going?
What event?
I got to drive at least today.
At least you don't own the car you're driving. My car's stuck in there. I don't even know if I'm getting it back.
My dad said we gotta close this all down.
It's a bit of a fast event and a bit of a weird kind of atmosphere that we were all in, but you know, we got on with it, and yeah, we got the event done.
I don't know if we've got a wall in the shower or not. Maybe we can just see through the wall. Oh, yes you can. We have a glass shower. Well, this will be awkward when you want to have a crap.
No, there's a blind.
Awesome. But like a peep show.